Before we move to the next session, we would like to take a brief moment to continue the conversation that has been highlighted through content creating. Content today plays a powerful role in engaging Muslim consumers, and through our Halal travel guides, we have been working closely with several destinations to strengthen their readiness in welcoming Muslim travelers with greater confidence and clarity. Just last week, we had the opportunity to collaborate with New York City Tourism and Conventions on the development of their Halal travel guide. Building on these ongoing efforts with destinations, we will now explore how this work translates into content that converts how Halal travel guides drive Muslim traveler confidence. To take us through this presentation, please join me in welcoming Mr. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Daniswara Nugroho, Head of Business Development and Events at CrescentRating and HalalTrip. Mr. Danis, the stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests of the Halal and Travel Global Summit 2026, I want to start with a question we get a lot from destination partners. We want to grow our Muslim arrival numbers. What's the most practical thing we can do? There are many answers to that. Prayer facilities, halal dining, airport services, but one thing that gets often underestimated is something much simpler, and that is putting it in writing. A halal travel guide tells a Muslim traveler before they've booked anything that someone at the destination actually sat down and thought about their trip, where they will eat, where they will pray, what experience actually looks like from them and their family. And that matters because beyond the practical information, a guide sends a signal. It tells a Muslim traveler that they are welcome there, that the destination didn't just happen to be accessible, but they made a deliberate choice to be, especially in a market where trust earned slowly and lost quickly. At CrescentRating and HalalTrip, we've been working with destinations across the globe to produce these guides. Each one came out of a real conversation with a tourism board or destination partner who wanted to move on from "we're open to Muslim travelers" to actually showing it. And the process itself is useful and independent of the final product. When a destination goes through the work of building a guide, verifying what's available, filling the gaps, deciding what story to tell, they come out to the other side knowing they own product better. But here's where it gets more interesting. The Muslim travel market isn't just one audience. A family from Riyadh planning a trip researches differently, reads differently, and makes decisions differently than a traveler coming from Jakarta or Kuala Lumpur. Or a Muslim travelers from China, a segment that is growing faster than most destinations have caught up with. So we localize. What you're looking at here are editions in Arabic, in Bahasa Indonesia, in Bahasa Melayu, and Chinese, adapted to those audiences in the language they actually plan their trips in. For a destination, the difference this makes is real. It's one thing to have a guide, it's another to have a guide that a traveler from your top source market picks up and immediately feels what made for them. Then, another question we hear occasionally, with AI now, where do these guys fit in? Do travelers even use guides like this anymore? Honestly, that concern has things slightly backwards. When someone uses an AI tool to plan a trip, that AI is pulling from somewhere. Published, credible, structured content. A well-developed halal travel guide fits into that ecosystem, and it shapes what AI surfaces, what gets recommended, and what a destination is known for in that planning process. Destinations that have invested in this content are in a better position now. That's really the argument we've been making with our partners, and it's why we're still actively developing these guides in more languages and for more markets than ever before. And the most recent example, just last week, we launched the Halal Travel Guide for New York City in partnership with New York City Tourism Plus Conventions. New York is one of the FIFA World Cup 2026 host cities this summer, and for Muslim football fans traveling from Saudi Arabia, traveling from Indonesia, traveling from Morocco, Malaysia, and beyond, that guide is their first signal that New York is ready for them, that they are welcome there. So, speaking of World Cup, of course, we cannot resist asking. I'm going to ask you to please take out your phone, go to menti.com, menti.com, and enter the code 18072880, or you might find the code here on the screen. We just only have one question for you, but this could be the most important question this afternoon. Okay, so the question is, can we go to the Menti slides? Yes, this is the only question I have this afternoon. Which country do you think will win the World Cup this year? You can type your answers now. We start seeing submissions here. Portugal, England, Brazil, Spain, Germany, France, Netherlands. Answers still coming in. Turkey, Argentina, Morocco, Iran. Still, many still coming in. Now, but I need to be honest with you now. I don't follow football at all. So I couldn't tell you who the favorites this year, but what I do know is that FIFA World Cup is the single biggest driver of travel this summer. And a huge share of those traveling fans are Muslims. So, as we are seeing so many submissions on the screen, but what I wanted to highlight is that this is the exactly kind of travelers that NYC Halal Travel Guide was built for. A fan flying in from Morocco, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, they need to know where to eat, where to pray, how to navigate the city. The guide does that work before they even land in New York. No matter which country you are supporting, Muslim travelers will always be united by one thing, their faith-basedness when traveling. Thank you.